The first is introduction. ARF is ASEAN Regional Forum. Is a cooperation forum established by the Association of Southeast Asian Nations to address security issues in the post-Cold War era. It provides a setting in which members can discuss current security issues and develop cooperation measures to enhance peace and security in the region. The next is ASEAN Forum Regional, established in 1994. The ASEAN Regional Forum (ARF) is an important platform for security dialogue in the Indo-Pacific. It acts as a consultation forum aimed at creating preventive diplomacy and building confidence among countries in the Asian Pacific. Next, the requirements for participation were agreed by the ASEAN Regional Forum in July 1996. The first is commitment. All new participants, who will all be sovereign states, must subscribe to and work cooperatively to help achieve the ARF key goals. Prior to the admission, all new participants should agree to abide by and respect fully the decision and statements already made by the ARF. All ASEAN members are automatically participants of ARF. Second is relevance. A new participant should be admitted only if it can be demonstrated that it has an impact on the peace and security of the geographical footprints of the key ARF activities. The third is gradual expansion. Efforts must be made to control the number of participants to a manageable level to ensure the effectiveness of the ARF. The last is consultation. All applications for participation should be submitted to the chairman of the ARF, who will consult all the other ARF participants at the SOM and ascertain whether a consensus exists for the admission of the new participant. Actual decision on participation will be approved by the minister. And then, a senior official meeting SOM for ARF was also held to provide support and follow up on ARF activities. Next, this forum is represented by 27 ASEAN countries and 10 ASEAN dialogue partners, which is Australia, Bangladesh, Brunei Darussalam, Cambodia, Canada, China, Democratic People's Republic of Korea, European Union, India, Indonesia, Japan, Laos PDR, Malaysia, and several countries that call Mongolia. And Cambodia as an observer, 10 dialogue partners, and Papua New Guinea as an invited observer.
Next, the objective of ASEAN Regional Forum. The Asian Declaration states that the aims and purposes of the associations are first to accelerate economic growth, social progress, and cultural development in the region, and secondly, to promote regional peace and stability through abiding respect for justice and rule of law in the relationship amongst two countries in the region, and adherence to the principle of the United Nations Charter. The Asian Vision 2020, adopted by the Asian leaders on the 30th anniversary of ASEAN, agreed on a shared vision of ASEAN as a concert of Southeast Asian nations outlookings living in peace, stability, and prosperity, bonded together in partnership in dynamic development in a community of caring societies. In 2003, the Asian leaders resolved that an Asian community shall be established comprising three pillars, namely Asian Security Community, Asian Economic Community, and also Asian Socio-Cultural Community.
Next is
advantages of ARF. The first point is solidify and booster the peacekeeping mission. By 2030, the editors training among other states, ARF has improved their capacity and readiness for peacekeeping operations in the region. However, in order to promote cooperation in areas like training and seminars, it encourages the working among ARF participants for a peacekeeping center. For example, the field ARF peacekeeping expert meeting, which held as in cooperation of regional peacekeeping centers and challenges in peacekeeper training, took place in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia in 2012. Alright, the second point is, instead of establishing a legally enforceable security pact, foster the understanding and trust of living in a peaceful environment. ARF is the lack of a legally binding security agreement or political organization like NATO, SCO, or AU and more of a belief in the benefits of a peaceful environment. Therefore, greater understanding and more crucially, trust will be fostered through the ARF contributing to the promotion of regional stability. For example, the Asean Regional Forum promotion of the women, peace and security agenda. The last point is permit regional members to converse about technological. Through ARF, all ASEAN nations can collaborate and communicate with one another as well as share thoughts and perspectives on how the region members are advancing technologically. In addition, compared to other nations, all ASEAN members are more knowledgeable and technologically advanced. For example, in the 2006 ARF ISM on DR held in Kidao, the sharing of knowledge, skills, and technology was mentioned as one of the four main topics. That's all from me. Thank you.
Next is Asian Regional Forum issue.
The first issue is issue of Rohingya refugee. The Rohingya refugee is issue the most hotly debated issue in the Asian region. According to the Home Minister Datuk Seri Hamzah Zainuddin in 2020 said that Rohingya refugee issue has caused various problems, especially security, and it's not only for Malaysia but for all Asian countries. To place this responsibility entirely on Malaysia is inappropriate because it is community issue in the Asian region where Asia has to play an important role in dealing with this issue. Asian members should urge the country of Myanmar, which is the country of origin for the Rohingya refugee, to start the dispute against the Rohingya ethnic group in order to help deal with the big problem of Rohingya refugee. The conflict between Myanmar and the Rohingya in the Rakhine region is the main cause of the influx of Rohingya refugee in Asian countries, especially in Malaysia. According to the latest report from Yan Hei Lee 2020, is the UN Special Reporter on the situation of human rights in Myanmar, in which he mentioned that an immediate investigation should be carried out on the Myanmar army continuously. Humanitarian aid in Western Rakhine and Myanmar's Jing state. In 2021, Malaysia has a record of 200,000 Rohingya refugees and is the biggest number in Asia. The second issue is territorial dispute in the South China Sea. The South China Sea is one of the strategic water contested by China and several countries in Asia. This ocean is considered to be water overflowing with abundant natural resources and marine products. This often triggers dispute over the South China Sea by the countries that are in the area. There are about 6 countries fighting over the South China Sea, like China, Philippines, Taiwan, Brunei Darussalam, Malaysia, and Vietnam. According to CNN Indonesia 2022, China claims as much as 80% to 90% of the South China Sea region as part of their territory for historical reasons, thus causing tension between other coastal countries that also jointly claim the area. A forum was held in Phnom Penh on 5 August 2022 and was attended by Asian foreign minister who maintained their position to strengthen cooperation and peace in the South China Sea at the Asian foreign minister meeting session and related meeting. In this meeting, it was discussed that all Asian member countries should refrain from taking any action that would further complicate that situation in the South China Sea, as well as calling for efforts to deal with international legal dispute and the United Nations Convention on Law Sea, UNCLOS 1982. The issue is nuclear. Nuclear problem in Asia can be seen in the clear bilateral military cooperation between Australia, United Kingdom and United States, or AUKUS, that was formed in September 2021, which formed an agreement involving the acquisition of nuclear power submarine that sparking concern and regional arms polemic that will worry the country. Malaysia believes that although the submarine involved in only nuclear power and does not carry nuclear weapons, it is still dangerous and likely to cause the presence of a major power in the South China Sea and have a negative impact on the Asian region. Asian members have their own opinion and it can trigger a lack of loyalty among the member countries. For example, countries such as Malaysia, Indonesia and Philippines reject the presence of nuclear-powered submarines in the South China Sea, while countries such as Singapore and Thailand, which are close to United States, are still monitoring the development of the agreement and have not set a clear position. If a nuclear war happens in this region, we are sure there will be no safety, including this nuclear superpower, whose we will become cool, while the loser will become an ash.
Recommendation of ASEAN Regional Forum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hafiz bin Ahmad Zamri.
The first one is encourage participants to be more forthcoming. The ARF needs to engage in more dialogue and work together to improve national security and security. In such a way, more things can be discussed directly and can find a solution that is good and applicable, as more voices can be heard and breaks up can be made without the need for argument and fight. The second is members need to be open and honest on national defense issue in the country constitution. Security is one of the most important things to be taken seriously. Each member should be honest and be more open in discussing issues related to the national security, as well as avoiding misunderstanding between the two parties and no non-transparent issue arise in the discussion. In addition, it's done to avoid misunderstanding or bias among members. In a discussion, transparency is very important because it will determine the trust of member to other member. With the absence of the misunderstanding, there is no problem, and other member think that there is no problem of bias among member at the same saving existing unity. The second one is increasing humanitarian aid. ARF can improve humanitarian aid by eradicating poverty, saving life, and protecting human rights. This is very important because each member has a big role to voice their view and take action on the problem experienced and can be helped by other countries by providing a solution for this problem. Next, continue the discussion and develop a strategy to resolve the conflict. With a good discussion, the direction to solve the people issue can be agreed, open, and can be solved with the help of other members, and there is a way out that can be used as an example of a way out and solution to eradicating poverty and economic turmoil that is happening. Like promoting the women peace and security agenda, for example, to implement the women needs for the better life and socio-economic. Last but not least, further activate complex peace support training to counter any issue. Have easy, active training to handle conflict that occur among ASEAN members. With this handling exercise, any fight or misunderstanding can be handled well without any long-term issue that could involve national security. In addition, the conflict should be brought to the attention of ASEAN members. With the attention of members' country, as an issue that arises can be heard and observed by other country and can be helped from ongoing issue. With the attention and help from the members' country, it can be overcome earlier before the unwanted thing happen. The ARF should share a vision and strategy to preserve peace and security. They should work together to resolve conflict and consider the issue of terrorism. With a clear vision, it will become a benchmark to be followed, and cooperation will be established between member countries at the same time to avoid the outbreak of war. That's all from me. Thank you.
Conclusion. Where the importance of ASEAN as an organization to maintain regional peace and security, when it is certain that the situation that causes a region needs an organization to take care of regional affairs, and every requirement for participation must be agreed by the ASEAN Regional Forum. There are also some issues that exist, and ASEAN has to play an important role in dealing with this issue, which is issue of Rohingya refugees, territorial disputes in the South China Sea, and nuclear. Next, ARF has provided its member with multiple advantages as an influential Asia-Pacific Consultative Forum, which could solidify and bolster the peacekeeping mission instead of establishing a legally enforceable security pact, foster the understanding and trust of living in a peaceful environment, and the last is permit regional members to converse about technological. There are also some recommendations that can apply in improving ASEAN Regional Forum, which is encourage participants to be more forthcoming, increasing humanitarian aid, and further activate complex peace support training and to counter any issue. That's all from us. Thank you.